I am Louella Lou Perkins. I am a colon cancer warrior, survivor. I was diagnosed with colon cancer 2013 on my birthday, which is in February the 27th. And what's significant about that for me also, my dad died in my birthday month. So I was dealing with, he was dead for like maybe 10 years though, but that month used to be a celebration for me. But when my dad passed and I got cancer, it started to be not a celebration. However, as I struggled through my illness, February is my best time of year. I had a lot of friends and family to help me through my struggle, and my church was extra caring.
What church do you attend?
I attend Woodstream Church.
Is that here locally?
That's in Upper Marlboro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to Woodstream.
Woodstream, Pastor Bob, and Minister Dawn. Well, when I was diagnosed, I went with my friend of 26 years, my male friend. Mm-hmm. And when I went for my colonoscopy, because he took me, the doctor woke me up and he said, "We have to talk, you have a mass." And so I remember saying, "Well, do you think it's cancer?" And he said, "I think so." And then I quit listening. I didn't know what he said other than a surgeon would be calling me that evening, which the surgeon did. After that, then my best friend of 40-some years would go with me to the doctor to find out just how they were going to proceed with, getting the colon, the cancer out of the colon. Then I had my operation in March, which was like a week or so later. And then I was told that I was going to have to, I was told that I was doing great. I went in for my post-exam, which was like 12 days later. Went home, said I was doing great, went home, had excruciating pain, rushed back to the hospital, only to find out that the mesh that they put on around my intestines broke. So they had to redo the surgery, but I came back out with the ileostomy bag, which lasted 18 months. So in other words, I was having my waste come through my side for 18 months, which is not a pretty picture, or it's difficult to deal with.
Wow.
Yeah.
And is that normal? That's not normal.
Well, it wasn't normal. From what I understand from my first surgeon, because I changed surgeons, he said that in some cases you will discover a leak, and that's what happened. So then when he did the ileostomy, which is the bag, because colonoscopy has a bag too, but ileostomy also has a bag. Colonoscopy, they can't reconnect. Ileostomy, they can. So that's what I had. And he had to keep saying, "You don't have a colonoscopy, you have ileostomy," because I was getting it all confused. So then I came out the hospital again and was convalescing in rehab. One day in rehab, the gurney came in the room. These people said, "Put down that weight. We have to rush you to the hospital." When I said, "What do you mean?" they said, "Well, the doctor here at rehab looked at your chart, looked at your x-rays, and you have a 6-pound mass in your chest." So I got hysterical. I'm getting on the gurney. I'm crying. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to deal with the colon cancer. So they rushed me to Washington Adventist Hospital. They opened up my chest and found out I had a 6-pound mass. Luckily, it wasn't cancerous. They called it an intra-goiter. My dad had a goiter that was in his neck, but mine grew inside. Now, what I thought was going on, because they said, "Well, didn't you have the symptoms?" And I was saying, "Well, no." They said, "Weren't you tired?" I said, "Well, yeah, I was tired." And I said, "But I thought it was because when Michelle Obama got into office, my girlfriend and I we eat at every place she went to. So I gained like 30 pounds. So I'm thinking I'm carrying around all this weight when in fact I had this thing in my chest." So they did that operation. I still have the bag. So what was wonderful about it, I lost 97 pounds.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That is hilarious.
It's funny. It's funny. It's real funny. When you walk past the mirror and you keep seeing your back end still in the mirror, you gained some weight. So hey, I was having a good time.
Michelle Obama needs to hear this interview.
Because I tell you, I was going to the Blue Duck. I was going to Art Shell. I mean, you name it. Citronelle. I was going to all those places. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. so sorry. Go ahead.
I believe I got cancer because God tried to reveal to me things that I should have been seeing and I wasn't. And with me being deathly sick as I was, people who I thought were really in my corner were not. And I understand that, because when people look at you and you're around the same age and you're going through a major struggle, they see their mortality. And I was also on a lot of medication. It made me crazy. Literally, I wasn't lucid. I was saying things, I was doing things, and I don't remember, that, because the doctor said to my family, she's not who you know. She's on so much medication to fight all these things she has going on. She's not the person you know. I'm helping my cousin now who's fighting with pancreatic cancer. She also has a spot on her liver. She's my healing. She says I'm her healing, but we're helping each other through the struggle. And I'm blessed. I'm so happy that I want to shout it from the rooftops. I don't want to be overbearing, but I feel my joy every day.
Shout.
Hallelujah. Yes.
Go for it.
Yes.
To you.
When I normally was in my darkest hours, it was that night when I had to change my bag or try to do something with this. It was painful. And I wanted to know, why are you making me go through this? And I think because I was able to overcome that process, that he was making me strong for anything to happen in my life. That's how I felt that I was, trying to overcome my illness. Mm-hmm. And at night, early in the morning, I'll say like from 1 to about 4 is when I had my time to think. And that's usually when I had something to do with my incision. Yeah.
Oftentimes, set us down and quiet us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Actually, kid, I wanted to die at first. I just didn't want, because everybody seemed, but they were scared. I didn't understand it. But everybody seemed to be, you're not doing this, you're not pushing yourself, you don't want to get well. And I was trying. One of the things that when I was transferred to Johns Hopkins, Susan Gearhart is my final surgeon, she said, you were so dehydrated, you couldn't do anything for yourself. So I started to be fed intravenously, which I did myself. After all that happened and I got a new doctor, I started to thrive. And last August is when I had my closure, my final surgery, and I'm doing great.
Awesome.
I'm doing great.
Awesome. That's fantastic.
Yeah. So I passed by the Tapestry, which is where I lived. I lived in Mitchellville with my girlfriend. So I stopped in this one day, and I had on a baseball cap because I like my hair being bald. And I was sitting there, and this young lady said, "Oh, I like your hat." So my hat said, "Black don't crack." And I took my hat off, and the young lady said, "Oh, are you a cancer survivor?" And I said, "Yeah." And then this young lady said, "Would you like to think about doing a photo shoot and a calendar with survivors and share your story?" And I'm saying, "Well, yes," but I'm thinking, oh, I don't think this lady really, she's not calendar. I don't showing no calendar. The person said, "I'll leave a calendar for you." Well, then I went on my tour. When I got back, Stephanie, who was at the tap, she said, "Oh, Miss Perkins, I have Key left a calendar for you." And when I looked at the calendar, I broke into tears. It was really something. And I knew immediately I wanted to be part of that. And that's how I found out. So when I found out, so then I went online, I applied to, be on the calendar. When I got the thing back saying, "You've been selected," I told everybody in the world. I was harassing people overseas, in the States. I mean, you name it, I did it. And my daughter, who's 43, she's over the moon with me being part of this. I was texting her today and sending her pictures from this whole process today.
Aww.
So I'm just so excited, and I'm so happy to be a part of this movement, really and truly.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I told you I'm over the moon. I really am. I just don't say that because I'm sitting in front of you. This has been healing for me. It really has.
That was my next question. What does raw beauty mean to you?
It's been healing for me because I know I had a testimony, but I kept it to myself because I didn't really know how to share it other than maybe at church, maybe at a special prayer. maybe visiting somebody that's sick. But I didn't envision to spread it as wide as this can go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have an agent at this time. So when the calendar gets launched and everybody asks whatever month I'm going to have, who is that beauty that I'll be able to say I've arrived?
I love it.
I am Louella Lou Perkins, Raw Beauty Ambassador, and I am RB proud.
Awesome. Thank you so much.